welcome once again to the video. In this one, once again, I thought I would look at one of my, well, actually, technically this one is not mine, it's my son's. We sort of share them. He has some, I have some. But yeah, it's one of our Bhurago 1 to 43 scale Formula 1 cars. Very good series of models these are. This one, as you can see, is a McLaren. It's a Norris again. It's the MCL38 from 2024, only just been released. This model. McLaren Mercedes, V6 turbo Mercedes. In the back of this McLaren, designed by Rob Marshall, who used to be in the Red Bull team, I believe, for many years. I don't know what he was doing at the Red Bull team, probably the same sort of thing. They all have peculiar titles, don't they? Chief this and technical that, and the titles seem to overlap a little bit. So I'm not sure what his title is, but I think he was the chief designer of this car anyway, Rob Marshall. Let's get it a little bit closer to the camera and get it into focus as well. Oh, jumped a little bit there. So yes, this specifically is the Miami 2024 car. So after the updates, the successful updates, aerodynamic and possibly suspension, I'm not sure. So maybe this Bhurago model is detailed enough, I'm not sure, I haven't checked, but maybe it's detailed enough that it is actually precisely the Miami model as opposed to anything previous. But I don't know, I haven't checked that accuracy. But that's what it says on the box, the Miami. Maybe the livery was slightly different from Miami as well. Maybe this matches the livery more so. I don't know. I don't follow that sort of thing too closely. But of course, this was the car that Norris won his first Grand Prix in, which is why I wanted this car. But my son has it, and it seems a bit silly to have two in the household. So yeah, I'll probably have to buy it off him at some stage. Extortionate profit for him. He's 11 years old. Right, so this race, this car took part in, well, if you say, I'll give the stats specifically for the MCL38 for the whole year. This is the Miami version, apparently, but I'll give the stats for the whole year. 24 races, therefore. 6 wins. 6 wins from Miami onwards. That was Norris won 4, Piastri won 2, 21 podiums this car got throughout the year. I don't know if any of them are before Miami, I can't remember. I know McLaren had a bad start to 2024, but they may have had a podium or two before Miami, I'm not sure. But anyway, for the whole year, 21 podiums, 13 by Norris, 8 by Piastri. The big difference, especially considering this year, was pole positions. 8 pole positions, all 8 by Norris, 0 by Piastri. That was something that Norris was particularly good at last year. He struggled in his racing with Verstappen. He was quick enough to beat Verstappen, but if he was behind Verstappen on the track, there was no way Norris was getting past. But in qualifying, Norris was fantastic last year. This year, not so good. That was the big difference last year, interestingly, between the two drivers, was quali. That was the biggest difference, with Norris far better than Piastri. This year, the big difference is also quali, with Piastri far better than Norris, interestingly. Anyway, yeah, so this car, 8 pole positions, 21 podiums, 6 wins. It's the first championship, Constructors' Championship, won by McLaren since 1998. And they did it as a customer of Mercedes. Which is a bit embarrassing for Mercedes, but there you go. Never mind. Let's get it even closer. Shall I try and get it a bit closer? I need to get a good screenshot as well for the thumbnail. What a nice looking car that is. Beautiful. Look at that. That's really nice. I really like it. It's great. I should be talking about this car, but I sort of want to talk about this year, Norris v Piastri. As I say, it's all about the quali. This car in the hands of Norris last year in qualification was super fast, fantastic. But this year, Norris says he doesn't feel comfortable enough in the car. I think that's probably exasperated by how well Piastri is going. I think that probably makes him feel even more uncomfortable in the car. But we have yet to see them battling on a track where you can actually overtake. Piastri was close to Norris all throughout the Australian Grand Prix, but couldn't get past. This year it's very difficult to overtake, so they were sort of on a level with in pace. So I think qualification, Piastri is definitely better this year than Norris. In race pace, I would say that I tend to think, I think they're similar, but I would say Norris would shade it. Anyway, why am I talking about this year? I'm supposed to be talking about this car. So yeah, this is the car that shot McLaren to their first championship since 1998. And these models are so nice, these Bhurago models. So nice. I've got quite a few of them now, we have between us. There you go. Right, let's take that back down. Take it back down and get it back in focus again. There we go. This is a V6. Everyone's talking about the V10s possibly coming. Well, not everyone. The Ben Suleiman, the FIA fella, he's FIA boss. He's talking about possibly going back to V10s. But when he says things like that, it sounds a little bit like the little things that Bernie Ecclestone used to throw in that you don't really take any notice of. When Bernie Ecclestone would suddenly say, "Oh, I'll tell you what, let's do gold, silver and bronze for first, second and third." And then you just add up how many medals you've got at the end of the year. He said that about 15 years ago. Crazy idea, and no one sort of really takes any notice. And I think that's the same with Ben's V10 idea. But I remember when the V10 was the weaker engine, and you had Ferrari still on V12s, hanging on to the V12s, and McLaren were in the V10. And would Ferrari eventually drop their V12, their big, heavy, noisy V12? And eventually everyone had V10s. Now we talk about going back to V10s, the super powerful V10s. And I remember them being the tin pot engine when Ferrari still had the super powerful V12. Anyway, this is a V6 turbo. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to subscribe, please do so, or like the video, or comment on the video, or leave a tip on the thanks button below the video. And I will see you in the very next video, hopefully, whatever it may be about. Goodbye, and thank you. Goodbye.